Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about all of my favorite products for the month of July, as well as some products that did not work for me. So I also have some products that I wanted to kind of follow up with you guys on as well, because those are products that I featured in like a first impression video, and I told you guys that I was going to use them for the month and kind of try them out. And I have a couple of products that I recently tried out that I just cannot put down. So if you guys are interested in seeing my monthly beauty favorites and hated, then let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the products that did not work for me for the month. So the first one is this setting powder by Revolution Pro. This is their new Hydra Matte Translucent Setting Powder, and I featured this one in a video earlier this month. It was actually when I was doing a full face of, I think, affordable products, and this was one of the products that I featured and I did not like it. Now the biggest reason why I did not care for this powder is the color. This is a white powder, but it is translucent, so it's pretty much supposed to just, you know, soak into the skin to where it doesn't really look like it's white. But I have never been a fan of white powders anyway. I just don't think they look good on my skin, but I definitely wanted to try this out and of course share it with you guys. But this is what it looks like, and on the inside it has, ooh, it's getting everywhere, but on the inside it has like a little film, and you can see the powder right here. So another reason why I didn't really care for it is it definitely left a white cast. I've worn this a couple of times this month. I didn't want to just try it out that one time for the video. Another thing that I don't like about this powder is when I go outside in the daylight, I can actually see it on my skin. So not only does it leave a flashback, like if I take a picture, I can actually see like that white cast, but if I go outside, I can still see it on my skin, which is a big no. So I definitely don't like how this powder just, I don't know, just makes my skin look ashy. I don't know if I just use too much of it, but like I said, have never been a huge fan of white setting powders, but I really wanted to see if this was going to change my mind about not liking white setting powders, but not really much of a fan. But what I can say, this powder is definitely a matte setting powder. So if you don't mind having a white setting powder and you're looking for something that is very, very mattifying, that's going to definitely stay matte on your skin, then I would say definitely try this out. But you know, my personal preference, I don't really care for white setting powders, and I hated the fact that it gave me a white cast. So that is definitely going back to Ulta. Another product that did not work for me that I will be taking back to the store is also by Revolution Pro, and this is their new Hydra Matte Primer. One of the main things I don't like about this primer is the smell. It is a very, very strong, like, metal scent. Maybe, I don't know. It's just, I can't really describe the scent, but it was very, very strong, so I did not like that about the primer. So it kind of made me nervous that it was going to do something to my skin. I don't know, but that's one of the main things I don't like about this primer. Now, one thing about this primer is it is a matte and hydrating primer. So I noticed after using this a couple of times after trying it out in that video, because I did want to use it before saying, okay, let me go ahead and take it back, but I did want to at least see how this wore on my skin, how it made my makeup look. You know, just trying to ignore the fact that it did smell pretty bad, but I wanted to see how it held up. I noticed with this, especially this part of my face started to get a little bit more oilier than it does with any other type of mattifying primer. But I mean, it does wear pretty nicely under my makeup. It's just that the scent is really what's drawing me back from this, so I'm definitely going to be taking that back. So if you're following me on Instagram, you guys saw my little PR unboxing, and one of them was from Pixi, and this is the Pixi Vitamin C Juice Cleanser. When I say, this has been my morning routine. Usually when I wash my face in the mornings, I'll use either my Tata Harper cleanser or my Korres cleanser, but I find using this is so much easier, so much faster. I love, love, love the packaging of this. You just get a cotton pad or whatever and just put it on top, and you just pump it like this and the product comes out. Very easy. And I also like how it smells. It smells very citrusy. This is hands down probably one of the best cleansers that I would use in the morning time, because it does have that citrusy scent. It's very easy, very fast. Like, you don't have to wet anything. You don't even have to rinse your face when you use this. So I have definitely been enjoying this, and I'm going to show you guys how much I've been using. Let me get a close-up. You can see there that I am almost halfway done with this. So Yeah, I've been using this every single morning ever since I got it, and I'm obsessed. Okay, Too Faced Hydrating Replenishing, what is this actually called? Hangover Good in Bed Ultra Replenishing Hydrating Serum. They did good with this serum. I'm hoping that they continue on with bringing us skincare. Like, this is one of the best, I'd say one of the best things that they have come out with besides their Hangover Primer. You guys know that is my jam. That is my favorite. And of course, their foundation is good. Some of their eyeshadow palettes are good, but y'all know I love skincare. So this is one of my favorites from Too Faced, and I'm so glad that they're starting to dip into skincare. I'm just hoping that they continue with doing this and bring us more stuff, maybe like more masks, more, I don't know, more moisturizers, toners. Girl, come on, Too Faced. If you're watching, come with it. But the way I've been using this is mostly before doing my makeup. So I'll put this on first, and then I'll go on top with maybe like an SPF or primer or moisturizer. All I know is this is the very first thing that I put on my skin before I go into any of the other products. And I love how this makes my skin feel. I like how it makes it look. And it also acts really good with the primer that I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. But definitely been enjoying this serum, you guys. If you have not tried this, definitely give it a try. I don't think you'll be upset. So thank you, Too Faced. So the primer that I think works really good with the Too Faced Hangover Serum is the Fenty Beauty Mattifying Primer. This is the new one. The original one I felt like was also kind of mattifying, but this one right here, this is perfect for people with oily skin. I have combo skin, so I have a really oily T-zone, and this right here is perfect. So good. And since this is a mattifying primer, I like the fact that the Too Faced Hangover Serum is hydrating, so my skin doesn't feel too dry. So these two together are really great. So yeah, if you are on the hunt for a good mattifying primer that's going to make your makeup last all day, make it look good all day, try this one out and let me know if you like it. All right, so the product that I really want to follow up with you guys on is the Urban Decay foundation. This is the new Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I already did a review on this. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll have it linked down below. Oh, that review actually had these two products in that video, so I'll have it linked down below if you guys haven't watched it. But the reason why I want to follow up with you guys on this foundation is because I've actually been using this with a different primer. So in the video where I did my review with this, I did use it with the Fenty one, and I felt like my skin was pretty matte. So I don't really like using this with the primer because these two, I mean, you have a matte primer and then a matte foundation. I just felt like that was just too much, like too much matteness going on. So what I have been doing recently is using this foundation with a hydrating primer, and my favorite one, let me know if you guys want to see like a video on all of my favorite primers. But my favorite one that I've been using with this one is by Ulta. It's called the Ulta Hydrating Primer. It's very affordable. And it reminds me of the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I have used that one time with this, but I've been using the Ulta Hydrating Primer with this foundation, and it is perfection. It makes my skin look so much better than using it with the Fenty primer. But yeah, the Ulta Hydrating Primer, it comes in like a gray tube. I would get up and get it to show you guys, but I'll have it linked down below in the description. But it comes in a gray squeeze tube. You can get it from Ulta. They have a small one for like $10, and then the larger one I think is like $15. I'm not sure, but I'll have it linked down below. But that primer with this foundation has been everything. So I would only use hydrating primers with this foundation, and I said in the video that this one actually reminded me of the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and my first impression on that foundation was kind of similar to this one because it felt dry on my skin, it looked dry, but with that foundation I was using the the Too Faced Hangover Primer, but in that video I used it with a matte primer. So yeah, so that the Too Faced, not the Too Faced, but the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation definitely reminds me of the new Urban Decay foundation. They're both kind of matte. They both are transfer proof. I did do a transfer test in the video where I did my review on this foundation. So in my opinion, They are pretty transfer proof. But yes, love this foundation with the hydrating primer, and even when using the hydrating primer, I still felt like it lasted and it kind of looked the same as it did in the video where I did my first impression review on this. But yeah, speaking of Urban Decay, the new concealer has been my jam for this month. Main reason is because it's new and I wanted to kind of use it more since I just got it. And another reason is because I ran out of the concealer that I'm going to be showing you guys in a minute, which has been my holy grail concealer. So yeah, this is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer in the shade 70NY, and I'm in the shade 70WY in the foundation, but I like this concealer. I like how I can build it up and it does not look cakey. So I can use 2 to 3 layers of this concealer and it still looks so good. I feel like this is more so a medium buildable concealer, even though it's marketed as a full coverage. Just in my opinion, on me, I feel like layering it up, it gave me more of a coverage than the first layer, but definitely been enjoying this. And the concealer that I finally used up, that I am literally scraping the sides, is the Uoma Stay Woke Concealer. I use the shade T2, but I cannot get any more product out of here. I think what I'm gonna do is take out the little stopper with like some tweezers just so I can really get the bottom, because I hate throwing aside concealers that, you know, that actually have a lot of product at the very bottom. It's just that you can't really get to it because of the stopper. But yes, we use this up for the most part, and because of that, it allowed me to use more of my Urban Decay concealer, because this one was in my everyday makeup stash, and you guys know I prefer to stick to all of the products that are in my everyday makeup stash for the month instead of going through my drawers and just picking out stuff to use. So I always try to stick to what is in my everyday makeup drawer, and this was in it, so we emptied it, girl. All right, let's talk about some bronzers. I want to kind of follow up with you guys on 2 bronzers that I know I featured in maybe 1 or 2 videos for the month. Actually 1 video, because both of these are more so a first impression type, but I have used them a little bit more just to get a better feel of them. And one of them is the full coverage, not the full coverage, but the full spectrum Covergirl bronzer in the shade Ebony. So if you don't know, they finally brought back the Covergirl bronzer in the shade Ebony. This is just from the full spectrum line. I never got my hands on the original one, and that one was discontinued, so they brought it back. But I like it. I like the color. I like how it looks on my skin. It's very warm, and it also has a little bit of red to it, but I like this bronzer. I just have to have a very light hand when using this because it is pretty dark. And I also like to wear this as an eyeshadow. This is the most beautiful shade as an all over shadow, and you guys know I am all about that one shadow look. Those are my favorite types of looks to wear. I actually have one on today, and I'll tell you guys what I have on in a few minutes because I have the palette in front of me. If you have not already, definitely try to get your hands on this. I know this is on Amazon. I don't know if they have this in store yet, but I will have the link down below in my description. I'll have everything linked down there, but if you never gotten your hands on the original Ebony bronzer, now is like the best time to get your hands on this. Another bronzer that I have been testing out for the month is the Winky Luxe bronzer. This one is their coffee bronzer in the shade Espresso, and I want to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of this one and the Covergirl Full Spectrum, because they are very similar. Like, they're pretty dark. The main difference between the two is the Winky Luxe bronzer is a little bit more cooler, and it also has rose gold shimmer in it, but you can't really see it once you apply it on your face. But I'm gonna go ahead and swatch both of them on my hand so you guys can see how they look. So this one is Winky Luxe right there, and then we have the Covergirl bronzer right here. So Winky Luxe also has a really nice scent, but there they are side by side. So swatch, they actually look the same, but I noticed when I put it on my face, the Winky Luxe is like a little bit tiny bit more what's the word? I mean, they're both warm bronzers, but the Winky Luxe actually looks a little bit more pink than the Covergirl bronzer. But they're both really pretty. Like I said, Winky Lux has that rose gold shimmer, but you honestly can't even see it just from the swatch. Like, you can't even see that glitter, the rose gold. But I mean, if you want something very affordable, very cheap, then obviously the one by Covergirl is going to be that. But if you are open to trying out more bronzers, and if you've never tried anything from Winky Lux, then I would say the bronzer will be a great first product to try out, because it's really pretty. It's really nice. I love the color. I love how it looks on my skin. I did do a video on both of these bronzers. But yes, had to follow up on those with you guys. And let's talk about blushes. So if you guys don't know, Mented recently came out with new blushes, and the ones that I have not put down, I literally cannot put down, okay, are Clay Too Much and Peach for the Stars. Clay Too Much I like to use on my cheeks as well as an eyeshadow. I did a full video on this where I did like my signature look. If you guys missed that video, or if you ever want to see how I create my signature everyday looks using one shade, definitely check out that video. But this is the shade, I used this one in that video, but this is again in the shade Clay Too Much. Such a pretty rosy mauve shade. It's like the perfect everyday blush color. And the other one I have been really loving is Peach for the Stars. This is so pretty as like a blush slash highlighter, because it does have a little sheen to it. So on those days when I want a little bit of glow on my cheeks, like not too much to where it looks like I have on a highlighter, I would wear this, because this has the perfect amount of color and shine on the cheeks. Love, love, love this color. So I definitely wanted to mention those. And speaking of blushes, I had to mention my Sephora Pro face palette. I don't think I shared this in a video ever since I showed it, and I think it was a haul or like a first impression video, but I don't think I've mentioned this on my channel since weeks, almost a month, almost 2 months back. But I had to bring it on today's video because this has been another one of my favorites that I cannot put down. Now I can say the orange blush in here is very similar to the Mented blush, but this one is a little bit more darker. But when I tell you, every single color in this palette is gorgeous. It works. It is so pretty on my skin. This is the deep one. They have another one that's obviously a little bit, they have 3 in total, but this one is the darker one. And you have a bronzer shade in here. You have a contour shade if you want to use it as a contour. You have blushes, you have highlighters. Like this right here is the perfect travel palette. If you're needing your blush, your highlighter, your bronzer, you have it in here, and I absolutely love it. So had to mention that. Let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes, because I always have people asking me what is on my eyes. But the shade that is on my eyes right now is from the Anastasia Alyssa Edwards palette, and it's in the shade HOE. So this shade right here. I did a tutorial on this look, like this same exact look, except for the lips. It was a different color, but I did this whole entire face like what you see here. I did this on my Instagram. So if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I'll have my little handle right here at the bottom of the screen. Definitely check me out there, because I have a lot of random stuff over there. So if you guys want to see PR unboxings, if you want to see stuff about my hair, if you want to see mini makeup tutorials, mini hauls, definitely check out my Instagram, because I am trying my best to be more active on there and just creating more fun and more interactive content on there as well. So definitely check me out on Instagram. Again, I'll have my little handle right here on the screen. But this has been my go-to palette. If I want to go for something very easy, very everyday, very soft, I'll dip into HOE. And it also has other shades in here that I love to use, like these purples. Y'all know I love, love, love a purple plummy, like just a purple plummy look. And this has the most beautiful purples in here. These two right here, so pretty. And also this brown, this is what I've been using for my bottom lash line, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. And I also kind of mix in the black as well, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit more, just so it can be a little bit more smoky, a little bit more soft. That's actually what I have on right now. So this has definitely been a good palette for the month, as well as the Makeup Obsession palette. This is the one you can get from Target. Very, very affordable. They have eyeshadow palettes lip products, concealers. They have a good amount of products. So definitely go in your local Target and check out all the products they have. But this one is the Belle Jordan one. And both of these palettes, the one by Anastasia and this one has, they've been in my everyday makeup stash for the month. So I've definitely been getting more use out of them. And I love, love, love how these shadows blend. So good. If you guys have not watched the video where I did a tutorial using this palette, you have got to check it out. I'm going to try my best to find it and have it linked down below. But this is a good palette. So I definitely had to mention it. All right, we're almost done. Let's talk about these lipsticks by Revolution Pro. I know I have talked about these a lot on my Instagram, but not talk, but shown, because I do like stories and pictures and stuff like that. But these, girl, these are so good. I actually have on one right now. This one is Cashmere. So this nude color right here. These are the most creamy satin matte lipsticks that I have ever came across from the drugstore. They remind me of MAC, like hands down. They remind me of MAC Cosmetics. And let's talk about the red. This red is hands down one of the best, like best red lipsticks that is affordable. It's literally like I'm swatching a MAC Cosmetics lipstick. Like it feels like it. It has such a beautiful finish. They feel very comfortable on the lips. Very creamy, very smooth. They have that satin matte finish. They're so good. So definitely try these out. They have a really cute packaging. It's like leopard print. So if you are all about the leopard print, then I'm pretty sure you guys will like these. But yeah, so I have Stiletto, I have Cashmere, which is the one I have on right now. And then the other one is called Velvet, and this is more of a mauve color. I'll go ahead and swatch all three. But that's Velvet, and then of course the one that I have on right now. This is a pretty light nude, but it is so pretty with brown lip liner. So yeah, those are all three of those swatched right there. The last lip product I want to talk about is a gloss, and this is by e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's just a clear gloss, and I know you guys are thinking, okay, a clear gloss, blah, what's the deal? But I want to say this is the most long wearing clear gloss that I have tried from the drugstore. It stays on for a very long period of time. It's not too sticky, and it just looks so good on the lips, and it smells so delicious. It smells like vanilla slash sweet, like a fruity vanilla scent. I don't know. I can't describe the scent, but it smells really good, and I just like how this actually stays on my lips longer than any other. I'm gonna put some on now. It just stays on the lips. I don't know. It's just a good gloss. So yeah, and it's like $3, I think, and I just dang it, I messed up the freaking applicator. Dang, I try not to do that when I'm wearing a lipstick, but it's okay. I mean, it's $3, but yeah. But anyway, that is all that I have for my monthly favorites and hate-its. Let me know if there is anything that I shared in today's video that you guys have already tried out. If you like it, if you don't like it, let us know. So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comments. I am doing a giveaway on my channel for this whole year, and I know by the time is it gonna be the first of the month? I don't know, but we'll go ahead and still leave the clip of July's giveaway right here so you guys can see all the goodies. But anyway, I do these every single month, so one box will go to one person, and it's super easy to enter. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up the video, as well as leave a comment down below in the comment section. And I don't want the comments to be anything about the giveaway. Let's talk about the products that I shared in today's video, or let's talk about what were your favorites for the month of July. If that was makeup, if that was skincare, let's just talk about all of that. So yes, I think that is all that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.